Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So today we're doing a room build and we are building an outdoor pool today. So this is more of a older style pool. It's quite traditional in the sense that it's like a type of like Oasis. There's lots of sort of ancient columns and that kind of stuff. Well, not ancient so much, but you know kind of what I mean. So it's not too modern, and it's definitely could fit in with like a big mansion or something like that. So yeah. As you can see here, we are just getting the sort of like back part where you'd place the room onto your house. Obviously I just threw something together. Wherever you place the room, you obviously have to like sort of mess around with it a little bit just to make sure it works for you. But this could totally be like placed onto like a back of a cafe or something, on a community lot. I imagined that would look pretty cool, or on top, like in the back of a gym, that kind of stuff, because obviously it is a swimming pool. So. Or just like a public pool. I mean, it's quite large, so it would work quite well as its own type of, not building, you'd need to add a little bit more, I guess, but yeah. So I'm just getting the basic shape here, and it's quite rectangular to start with, and I do add a few little like, well, just like a round edge at the back of the build, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm just walling off different sections here. Actually, at the top of, on top of this part here that where the columns are, I do put like a little covered area with lots of plants and that kind of stuff, just to make it look quite overgrown and natural. But you can't have that when you download the room, because it counts as a separate room, unfortunately, in the game. So you won't see me do that, but you will see it in the screenshots. I just did it off camera because you weren't going to get it if you download the build, so I didn't want to sort of like show it off too much, because I just did it quickly just for the effect. So but I mean, you could totally add that in if you wanted to download the build or the room, sorry, and just add it in yourself for a bit more of a realistic touch. Otherwise those columns look kind of pointless. So here you can see I've added like this big like archway. Is it an archway? Not really, but whatever it is, I've added this in at the end, and that was like the romantic garden stuff was just the overall theme that I was going for. All the items that came in that just went with the theme really well. So I'm just adding this in at the back here, and I sized it up because it's actually smaller than that to begin with, and I think it added something really nice to the build, or the room. I keep saying build, but it's a room. I suppose it is a build, I still built it, but yeah, it's a room anyway. Yeah, I keep saying a lot today. I'm just like not good with words today. It's Friday and it's like the weekend, or at the week's end, so it's the weekend tomorrow, and I'm just like ready to sit around and do nothing. I'm excited just to be not doing anything this weekend and chilling out, so definitely be playing some Sims for sure. So I'm about to add the pool in here, as you can see, and I go for I was going to say a rectangular pool, but I lie. We went for this kind of, I'm not kind of sure what shape this is, but it's quite a popular pool shape, I'd say. Kind of like Mount Olympus is kind of what I envisioned when I was building this. Not quite as grand or on that scale, but that's the kind of thing I had in mind. Very sort of grand, lots of columns everywhere, very blue water, lots of overgrown plants, and just shrubbery everywhere, and lots of flowers and stuff. That's kind of what I was going for when I was doing this build. I actually built this really quick, in like 40 minutes I think it was, and that was just like the last night or the other night, whenever it was. And I just kind of came into the game and I was like, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do an outside pool build, and I want to make it kind of all this kind of like theme of like grand and lots of columns and that kind of thing. So I just jumped in, and usually I come in and out of build so that I can get a different perspective when I come in and out, and new ideas and all that kind of stuff. But I love how this one turned out. I think it turned out really cool. Very vibrant in colour, and just like, I think it's good. I really like it, and I hope you guys do too. So as you can see, I'm just adding in a bunch of flowers and stuff here. We do add some fountains and stuff later as well to make it even more grand, and just a really nice place to be. I'd love to have like a backyard like this, which you can totally do, like pop this onto the back of your house. I think that would be awesome as well, like having this as a backyard I think would be really nice. Or like I said, as a community lot, I think it works pretty well too. So we're just doing the flower beds here, which I have put in with the grass flooring, because obviously I can't use terrain paints because this is a room. It doesn't work, which is unfortunate, because I think sometimes, like half the time when you're doing landscaping or like your outside area to a build, terrain paints really come in handy, I think, and they just make it look super like lush and amazing, in my opinion. In a couple of builds that I've done, you might have seen like you know, you can do like curved paths with terrain and paint, and you can obviously put the mud under the bushes and all that kind of stuff. But you can't do that obviously when you're building a room, because it's on like the flooring that you have to put down to classify it as a room. So that was a little unfortunate, but I mean, it's not a big deal. So as you can see, I'm adding in a bunch of this ivy and kind of like what's it called? Can't think. Anyway, like ivy and flowers and all that kind of stuff, which leads up to like the top part of the wall, where, like I said earlier, it does have a ceiling on it, which I don't show you in the build, but you'll see it in the screenshots. And I think the overall look of it is pretty cool. It's got a good effect to it anyway. And just adding some more at the back here, where it's sort of growing on top of that arched covered area. So going in and adding in some big pots of flowers as well, just to give that really lush look. And I do later add in some, what are they called, like sun lounger things, which we don't have in the game, which is unfortunate, but I kind of made my own with an ottoman and a chair, which I'm sure you've seen lots of people do before. I know I have. It's definitely not an original idea. But yeah, I was just like, I wanted to have ottomans, sorry, not ottomans, lounge like chairs or loungers, whatever they're called, sun loungers, lining the edge of the pool. That's kind of what I'd envisioned, and then I got in game and remembered that we didn't even have those, so I kind of had to make my own. But I liked the way it turned out anyway, so if you liked it too, then you can definitely download it on the gallery. There is a link in the description, or if you want to search on the gallery, it is called Oasis Escape. You can use the hashtag Oasis Escape, or search for my origin ID, which is EndlxssSims with capital letters on Endless and Sims, and I spell Endless EndlxSS. So yeah, if you want to look for it like that, you can, or use a bunch of the hashtags, which I always use in my videos, which are like EndlxssSims, the name of the build, in this case it's Oasis Escape, and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be nice and easy to find. So if you liked this video, then I would really appreciate if you gave it a like, because I just love it when I see that you guys like my video. It's just inspiring and it makes me want to do more. So yeah, and leave me in the comments like what you think of it, because I really like the way it turned out, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there was something that I could have done better, so I'd love to hear back from you guys. And yeah, so I think I've said everything I want to say about this build. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and there's some screenshots at the end, and I will talk to you all later. Bye everyone.